For this assignment, an exercise S7 order tables, we're going to continue on with section 3, managing tables and table data, to get ready for the Microsoft Office certification exam. And this is also assignment number 7 for management 1400. And we're going to do a little bit of the same that we did before with a few twists. And we're going to have 9 sections or parts to this assignment. So part number 1 is format the table so that every other row is shaded. However, use a technique that automatically updates the formatting if you insert a new row. So when they're asking for this, go ahead and click on anywhere inside our table so that we bring up our table design button up here at the top. Click on table design. And this is fairly easy. This one that they're asking for here is just click on banded rows. So what this will do is if we add another row down here, or however many rows we add, it will automatically go every other one as darker or lighter. If they ask to do columns, you would click on banded columns, but in this case we want to do banded rows. And that is the technique so that every other row or every other column is shaded. Number 2, we're going to do a multi-sort again, but we're going to do a little bit different. In our orders worksheet here, we're going to sort our delivered to, but in this time we want Toronto first, then Ottawa. So it's not in alphabetical order, it's in reverse alphabetical order. We then want to format the customer type alphabetically, and then the order date by order date, ascending the order. Okay, so we're going to do all 3 of those at one time. So make sure we've clicked anywhere on our table, and then we're going to go into the data tab. In the data tab, we're going to go over here to the sort button. We've done this before, but this time we're going to sort by, and we want delivered to, and this time it's Toronto before Ottawa, which is in reverse order. Ottawa O becomes before T in the alphabet. We want Z to A. And then we're going to add a level. And if we need to, we could have always done a custom list here. And we could have added a new list here and done Toronto and then Ottawa. If I can spell Ottawa right in that order, and then click add and choose that. Okay. But in this case, we're going to do Z to A. We're going to add another level. We're then going to sort by customer type. And this we're going to do alphabetically, A to Z. And then we're going to add another level. And we got to think about this a little more. We want order date. And notice that we have oldest to newest, newest to oldest, or custom list. And if we do this and they ask for ascending order, that is oldest to newest. So that is basically like A to Z, but ascending order is oldest to newest. And now go ahead and click OK. And you see that we have Toronto first, followed by Ottawa. And then I think there's some Gilbert down here. Yep. And now in that we have our business first because we're doing alphabetical order, and then by the date. So we have business January 8th, January 16th, January 24th. And we have completed step number 2. The next is we're going to remove duplicates from the invoice other, but not from the invoice amount, not from other columns. The reason why is we have a bunch of duplicates here. The Good Horn, we have business here, we have Toronto here. So when we want to remove duplicates, we want to make sure that we don't have any duplicate invoice numbers so that our sheet, the information that we're getting is correct. So we're not doing anything. So make sure we've clicked anywhere on the worksheet, again, anywhere. And now go into the Tables Design tab. And we're going to click Remove Duplicates. Now in this, notice that all of our columns are checked. Okay, so we want to go up here and make sure that everything else is unchecked. So unselect all button here, and then just click on invoice. And this is just going to remove any duplicates in the invoice section, and click OK. And you see that 2 duplicates were found and removed. So we wouldn't have wanted to do a total because it would have been incorrect. on there, and we're going to remove those 2 duplicates and click OK. We've completed now part 3. Let's go to part 4. We've done this already. We're going to choose a style configuration. We're going to choose again red table style medium 3 from the orders worksheet. So just go ahead and click anywhere on here. Make sure we're in table design. We have our table styles. I know we've done this a couple times, but this is to get us used to it. We have our light, our medium, and our dark. And in this case, we're going to find red table style medium 3, and we're going to click on that. And that changes our table style. And we've completed step 4. We'll now go on to step 5, which is locating a specific value within a table. We want to find invoice number 1003, and then we want to change the order amount to 500. So we're going to look up for the invoice number here, and then we're going to change the order amount. So we can always scroll down and try to find 1003, or we can just click anywhere on our table here. We want to then go to the home button, go over here to our editing grouping. We're going to choose find and select, click that drop down. Now in here we don't want to do a find and replace because we're not replacing the invoice number with the order amount. So we're just going to first find the invoice number, and we're trying to find number 1003. Okay, and click find next. We know there's only one, and we have it right here on row 82. So we can close this out, and we're just going to change this value from 616 to 500. And it's going to ask you to do something like that on your certification exam. So again, we wouldn't want to do a find and replace because we're not replacing the invoice number. Now, we've completed step number 5. On to step number 6, we're just going to add another totals row like we've done in the past. So just click anywhere here on our table, go into table design, and click total row under table style options. Now, what's unique about tables versus ranges is you could do subtotals on ranges. You cannot do those on tables. But we've just added our table row to row 126. And we've completed step number 6. Okay. Now on to step number 7. And if you're down here at the bottom, you can always just hit your control up arrow, and it takes you back to the top. That's just a little hint there. You can just do control, and you can go up arrow, down arrow, right arrow, or left. It'll take you to the end of the row, the beginning of a row, the top of a column, or the bottom of a column. So that's just a way to go back to the top. So from the orders worksheet, you're going to have a question that's going to say something like this: remove the table functionality from the table, retaining the font and cell formatting. And that's basically just saying we're going to change the table from a table to a structured range. Okay. And it's going to keep the formatting if we don't change anything. So make sure we're just clicked anywhere along our table. If not, click on our table, go to table design, and under tools, just click convert to range, and ask us, do we want to convert to a normal range? We click yes. And we see that all the formatting is the same. Next is order amounts table. We're going to do one last thing on step number 8. We're going to go to our orders amount table down here, sheet. So go to the order amount totals sheet down here, and notice that on this that we have drop downs. But if I click anywhere on here, notice I don't have my table design come up. So this isn't a table, though it has filters. So we can go here into the home screen. We have our filter section here, or data. We have filters. We can click that and remove the filters or filter. So we can filter any range and any structured range, but it's not a table. But what we're going to do is convert this to a table. So while we're clicked anywhere on here, we're going to click insert, and we're going to choose table, and it's going to show from A1 to H125, and that it has headers, and click OK. And while we're on this, we're also now going to change the style, and we're going to choose blue table style medium 2. So we know when we said medium, we're in this middle section here, and we're just going to find blue table style medium 2. Okay, and click that. And that's all that we have to show right now on managing tables and table data. So those of you in the Management 1400 class, go ahead and save this file by adding your last name, first name, then uploading it to the appropriate assignment page. And again, those that are just coming here to learn to do your MOS 200 Excel certification, thank you for joining us.